Hey everybody, welcome back to my coverage of the PogChamps 3 tournament. We're looking at the first match of today, Michelle Khare versus Logic. Logic leads 1-0. He is the favorite to win this match. So let's see if Michelle can bring it back and take us to an Armageddon game with this second game, or if Logic would take the cake here. So without further ado, let's get right into the chess. Logic has the white pieces in this game. We see e4 and c5, a Sicilian defense by Michelle. Knight f3, knight c6, both very good second moves so far. And here, Bobby makes the same mistake we've seen some other PogChamps competitors make so far, which is he plays bishop c4. And this bishop c4 move is just not very good in the Sicilian. And he did say after the match that he isn't really too interested in learning specific opening lines. So maybe this is as part of the problem, but yeah, this bishop c4 move is just usually not a very good move in the Sicilian because black can get a very huge center with moves like e6 and d5. So let's see if Michelle can punish Logic for this later in the game. We do have the immediate e6 by Michelle, which is a very good move, so good for her. And we have a d3 from Logic, just looking to continue to develop. And here Michelle should definitely play d5, but instead we have a g6, so looking to fianchetto this dark squared bishop, I'm pretty sure. Maybe she's going for some sort of like accelerated dragon type setup. Maybe, possibly, but we'll just have to see. We have knight c3 from Logic and bishop g7 from Michelle, just getting that bishop fianchetto. And we have bishop d2 from Logic, just finishing development. Bishop f4 was also an option, but bishop d2 is perfectly fine as well. We have knight f6 from Michelle and a3 from Logic. This a3 move doesn't really do a lot. Probably castles would have been a better move, but a3 is also okay. And here we see d5 from Michelle, finally pushing that d5 move, and this is very good. This is supposed to basically punish the bishop for coming to c4. So here you can bring the bishop to b5 or a2. Either one is perfectly fine, and Logic chooses to, well, first take, of course, e takes d5 and e takes d5, and now Logic brings the bishop to a2. So very good chess from both players so far. In fact, nearly perfect chess from both players so far. We have castles and castles, and we have b6 from Michelle. So looking to develop this other bishop to the fianchettoed diagonal, this long diagonal like that. We have queen c1 from Logic, and this is actually a mistake, but the reason why it's a mistake is very complicated and hard to see. And the reason why queen c1 is a mistake is because now you're no longer defending this knight. So the only piece, or the only piece, pawn is not really a piece, but this pawn is the only thing that's defending this knight. So black can come out here and attack this knight with bishop g3. And you don't really want to move the knight to e1 because it blocks your rook. You kind of just cramp all your pieces, and yeah, obviously you can't move the knight to these squares, and these e5 and d4 squares are guarded by black pieces. So you can choose to move it to g5 or h4. However, if you move it to g5, for example, now we have h6 by black, and now you have to move the knight back, where the bishop will once again be able to take it and double your pawns and expose your king. And this king side is a very open position, so you don't want to be exposing your king like that and ruining your shield. So one try from white could be, we have white play h3 instead, but after bishop h5, once again, you don't really want to play knight f3 because then your king shield, your king's pawn shield just is totally destroyed, and you're basically going to lose very quickly. So here the best try for white is actually sacrificing this knight for 2 pawns with knight takes f7, and after rook takes f7, bishop takes h6, just picking up the second pawn for the piece, and maintaining this intact kingside pawn structure. So that is why, for all of those reasons, that is why queen c1 was not a very good move. But what Logic was planning was he wants to get this queen and bishop battery to bring his bishop to h6 and trade off black's strong fianchetto bishop. So that's what he was planning here. But a better move instead of queen to d1 would have been like rook e1, just getting this rook to this open file, or also h3, stopping this bishop from pinning this knight. So either of those moves would have been better. But once again, this is a very complicated tactic, so it's no surprise that Michelle missed this. She responded with bishop b7, just continuing with her plan of developing this bishop to the long diagonal. But once again, bishop g4 would have been a much stronger move. We have bishop h6 from Logic, just continuing his plan of trading off Michelle's strong fianchetto bishop. And we have knight g4 from Michelle, and this is actually a mistake because this d pawn is attacked twice, and this knight was one of the defenders of the d pawn. So Michelle was probably trying to get rid of this bishop. She knew she didn't want to have to trade it, so I think her idea was she wanted Logic to trade bishops. But when you move this knight, you lose one of the defenders of the d5 pawn. So Logic is going to win a pawn here if he sees that he can take it. First, you got to play bishop takes g7, though, so you're not losing your bishop. And after king takes g7, will Logic see that he can win a free pawn? Yes, he will. He plays knight takes d5. Either taking with the knight or the bishop are both fine moves. And here, Michelle makes another huge blunder, or I guess this is really her first huge blunder of the game. But this is definitely a huge blunder, this next move. So maybe you'll anticipate it, but it is queen takes d5. And yeah, this is just a horrible blunder. So maybe this is why Michelle played knight g4 in the first place, because she didn't notice that there were two attackers on this pawn. So yeah, Logic definitely sees this, and he plays bishop takes d5, and now Michelle is up a queen for a knight. So Logic is up a queen for a knight. So this is going to be very good for Logic. We have knight d8 from Michelle, and Logic, he's up in material, so he wants to be trading. He definitely goes for that trade. Bishop takes b7, knight takes b7, and we have queen f4, just centralizing the queen. And Logic's going to go for trades and go for that endgame and checkmate Michelle's king, hopefully. We have knight f6, so just saving that knight, and rook fe1, bringing that rook to an open file. Very good technical chess from Logic here. We have rook a to e8, and here you don't really want to be trading pieces as Michelle, but it's kind of... On the other hand, you don't really want to just let white have this open e-file, so it's really tough. Either way, you're going to be losing. It's just, in conclusion, it's just tough to play a losing position. We have rook takes e8, Logic continuing to go for those trades, and rook takes e8. We have h4 from Michelle, so just trying to rip open black's king side, and knight h5 from Michelle. I don't know if I mixed up the names there, but knight h5 from Michelle, attacking Logic's queen. We have queen c7 from Logic, now just trying to activate the king some more, attacking this knight, and maybe we'll pick up the a7 pawn next. Queen c7, very good move from Logic. We have knight d8 and rook e1 from Logic, just looking to go for some more trades. And here Michelle plays rook e6. So knight e6 probably would have been better. Maybe Logic won't see that his queen is attacked, and also you want to avoid trading the rooks. So rook e6 allows Logic to trade the rooks. For some reason, Logic didn't actually trade the rooks here, and it's actually not a very weird reason because there's this free knight on d8. So that's another reason why rook e6 is not a very good move. But yeah, so Logic plays queen takes d8. We have knight f4 from Michelle, and once again, this allows Logic to trade rooks, but Michelle is just down a whole queen now, so this is going to be lost, and we'll see likely either a checkmate or stalemate from Bobby here in the endgame, unless Bobby somehow blunders his queen back. We'll just have to see. We have knight g5 from Logic, and yeah, here you definitely should have traded rooks here, but knight g5 is definitely not the move, because not only do you not trade rooks, but you also hang your own rook. So definitely not the move here from Logic. Will Michelle see it? Her rook is attacked, so she's likely to move it. I think Logic here was just going for some kingside attack. He saw that this knight would pressure f7 and h7, so maybe that's what he was going for, and he just forgot that he needed to keep his rook defended. Michelle does see this, and she plays rook takes e1, check. So now she's only down a rook for a queen. However, her king is really exposed. It's still going to be hard, but she's now more in this game than she was a few moves ago. So who knows? She could still come back and maybe draw or even win this. We have king h2 and h6 from Michelle now, just kicking that knight away. We have knight f3, attacking Michelle's rook, and rook e2. just going after these pawns on the second rank. Definitely one of the best ideas you can go for as Michelle in this position. We have queen d6 from Logic attacking Michelle's knight, and we have knight h5 from Michelle. She sees that her knight is attacked. We have knight e5 from Logic, just trying to centralize this knight, maybe going for some attack on this weak f7 square. And here Michelle, in a bit of a panic, ran out of time. So she was losing on the board as well, but unfortunately she also ran out of time, which means that she lost this second game. Maybe a little anticlimactic. I think this is the first time loss in PogChamps 3 so far. Not sure about that since I missed a few of the games on day 1. So Logic takes the match 2-0. He was the favorite to win this match. Here are the standings for Group C. Logic with 6 points, Rain with 2, Michelle with 1, and Tubbo with 0. That Rain Wilson versus Tubbo match is happening later today, so I will be covering that. And I don't think I have anything else to say. Very good chess from both players, actually, in this match. They played very well, so congratulations to both of them. And I don't think I have anything else to say about this game or this match, so thank you for watching. I love you all, and check out my PogChamps 3 playlist and my another video over there. Be sure you're subscribed to not miss out on any chess content. I do everything chess here, so make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time.